So former Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, knows as much about politics and what Hakeem Jeffries might be up against or what the president might be up against after and before the midterms than anyone else. So, Mr. Speaker, would you rather be a Republican right now or a Democrat heading into the midterms? Who looks stronger?
Well, historically, the Democrats have a little advantage, but under Hakeem, I'd rather be a Republican. Look, why are we seeing Hunter Biden out there talking more about Democrats than Hakeem? The Democrats don't have a leadership problem. They have a leaderless problem. That's why the socialists are being able to win these races. You got Schumer and Hakeem, weak leadership, not willing to take a position. You got crazy ideas out there. The enthusiasm kind of leans a little more towards Democrats than Republicans. We've got to get Republicans excited about this. The challenge Republicans have is that President Trump won't be on the ballot. When he's on the ballot, he brings a big coalition. People want to turn out. Now we've got to be able to do it at the same time when he's not on the ballot.
So with redistricting, with the money advantage for Republicans, you would think they'd have a chance to make some history with the midterms. But it looks like the president's approval rating in most of the, on average, around 39 to 41%. How real are those numbers? How does that affect your tactics if I put you in charge?
Well, let me tell you this. I'd love to be in charge. If you gave me the amount of money advantage we have right now, and you gave me the ability that you had 10 more seats that you are going to have because of redistricting, you should be gaining seats. And if you want to talk about President Trump's approval rating, I'll tell you this. In the state of New York, which is not a Republican place, his numbers are a lot better than the incumbent Democrat governor, Hochul. So what you need to do is go on offense. I would love to have the money advantage we had now. If we had this redistricting when I was running to win the majority, we would end up with 235 seats. And remember this, when President Trump, when we ran 4 years prior to this, and when Biden won, not one Republican incumbent lost. We beat 15 Democrats. When President Trump was on the ballot and he won the popular vote, which is very difficult, and he took every swing state, they lost seats. So we got to get on offense here if we want to be able to keep the majority.
When you heard the vice president say we want to make people's lives better, don't ignore the socialist push by the newest generation voting. You could make people's lives better, but how do you do that by saying free enterprise? I'm giving you an opportunity. I'm not writing you a check. Can you say that effectively?
You can say it, but you can show it. What I love right now, and I'm really looking a little longer term, these Trump accounts, so all these socialist children and others, if you really looked at it, okay, when you go on and these people get their own individual accounts, it doesn't say your money is invested in the S&P. They show you every company that you're invested in. So I want to see these young people go into a McDonald's, and when someone throws trash on the ground, they turn to their friend, don't do that. We own a piece of this. Or they walk into a CVS and somebody steals something. They're not stealing from CVS, they're stealing from themselves. And what you're going to find is capitalism will win in the long term because these people are going to get an investment into the free market. They're going to see that that grows in the time and how much more that builds for them instead of looking for somebody else to give them a free lunch. I
hear you, because we can't afford to do it. We're already $40 trillion in debt. So I want to go back to California if we can. California is trying to build this high-speed rail. It's supposed to be Los Angeles, San Francisco. Now, all of a sudden, we find out it's about to run out of money. The state has to, so far, spend $18 billion on the project. The first planned segment, they're about to lay track now. It's metered to Bakersfield. You know that quite well, at a cost of about $36 billion to run out of money by 2027. What's going on with this rail? Should they abandon this or fix this? When they do, if they do it, is it going to help?
They never should have done this. They told the voters it would only cost them $3 billion. This was decades ago. And now it's a train to nowhere. And it's costing hundreds of billions of dollars. But you know the worst part about this? If it ever gets built, California will have to subsidize every rider on it. I remember I brought Elon Musk a decade ago, and we were having a little town hall meeting at my old university, Cal State Bakersfield. And he says, you know the problem I have with the high-speed rail? It's not high speed. And that's the real problem. It's not even fast. It's not even going to help California.
What do you mean?
So what?
I thought it was high
because
speed.
it doesn't go that fast. No, it's on the whole. It doesn't even go very fast. That's the other problem. And then it's going to cost you more, so you have to subsidize people to ride it. It would have been better to take that money, a lot less, and invest in the highway system, which they haven't improved in years, and let California use that. Would have been a much better investment.
All right, Mr. Speaker, thanks so much for joining us tonight. I will.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.